often get asked whether or not boards underestimate the value of diversity. And I think it comes down to two parts. I don't think any board underestimates the value of it. I think what boards underestimate is the challenge as to how you achieve it and what diversity actually looks like. Because it can be very difficult to change the composition of a board, particularly at short notice. And you do have to think about where is the talent, how do you attract it, and what type of diversity are you looking for? Because it's not always about gender, it's not always about ethnic background. Sometimes it's just about genuine diversity of thought. And the reality of it is, if we look at the statistics in terms of female gender representation on the C-suite, at board level, organisations that have better balance are more likely to succeed. There'll be nearly 30% difference in terms of return on equity. There'll be nearly 30% difference in terms of peer comparison. There'll be more than 40% difference in terms of dividends. And that is the reality, and the facts prove it through. Every day somebody will send you an article that will give you the pros and cons as to whether diversity and inclusion changes business results. The reality of it is, when you look at the figures, organisations that are more diverse at leadership team level, at board level, are more likely to have a higher return on equity. They are more likely to have a substantially higher dividend return. They are more likely to outperform their peers. So for me, the first thing that we can do as a collective is, how do we raise awareness? The fact that it's even on the agenda today is a really big step forward in terms of things that we want to change. How do we raise awareness across our own organisations? You are typically the people who build the agenda. Where does diversity fit in the agenda for your organisation for the next 12 months? In terms of employee diversity, senior diversity, and board diversity. Ultimately, real success at board level comes down to leveraging the very best technology, having diversity of thought, and representing the best interests of all the stakeholders you serve. And if we continue to think about boards and recruit to boards on a single dimension, that success won't be achieved. And I'll be back here in 5 years' time talking about it again. Thank you.